Still bad.
I feel like they seen Goku and it was like, ooh, since they're brothers, we're gonna give one of Goku's Super Saiyan forms Raditz hair. I feel like that was like a tribute to Raditz. Because this is really like if Raditz was to go Super Saiyan, this is his hair.
That's what it looked like.
Basically.
I was, but how can you literally be the brother of the main character and not be important? Like,
nigga didn't make it past like episode 2.
Goku was a brother. He said, "You're not my brother. Fuck you, nigga." That's basically what he said. So.
Yo, don't curse in the first 15 seconds. Well, I guess it's 40 seconds now. But yeah.
You should have said
it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was Lando.
I didn't even know we was recording.
Lando don't even curse like that. That's crazy. Welcome to the NIT podcast, man. It's your boy L Jai. Here with a couple of my good friends.
Okay.
I didn't say that first, bro.
That's racist.
How is that racist?
That's what it
you know what? Now I'm going to get into
I believe it's pronounced El High.
That's right.
He's not wrong.
That's crazy.
Welcome to the NIT podcast. Back on another Sunday broadcast. Rhyming. Here with my good friends. We got some stuff to talk about. It may be important, it may not be important. Think for that for yourself as you will. Panel, introduce yourself. Lando, you're the first one on my screen. Go ahead.
Man. You know what's up, man? It's Orlando, aka K-Rock. Young Shawnee, young Stepper. Let's get into it.
Hey, man, it's Duff, ready to pod. You know what I'm saying? Glad to be here with y'all boys on this nice, fine Sunday, man. Let's get to it.
The real young Shauna. Oh, man. You already know it's your boy D-Roy in the building. I'm just ready to have some nice dialogue, as they like to say.
It's your boy Black, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to say too much, but I said enough. You feel me?
Yo, you're so cringy, yo.
Jamel, what are you doing?
I'm trying to warm my Starburst up.
Yo, I thought you were trying to make fire in that bitch.
No, so like, it's cold as shit out there. Well, it's not cold to me, but like, I don't got the heat on, and they was in the cabinet. So like, the other pack I had, it was kind of hard, and I didn't want my Starburst to be like dumb hard. So like, yeah.
I've never seen
you got like airheads, you like
I'm sorry.
make it small.
I've probably never heard that sentence in my entire life.
Never, literally never.
No, a cold Starburst is too hard though.
Wait, so you warm your Starburst up
too? And I don't feel like chewing on the
I don't eat cold.
Niggas warm their Starburst up, bro.
What do you mean?
You gotta keep it in room temperature. That's all.
That's what we do.
Yeah, bro. But it's not room temperature out there. It's like 50 degrees out there.
And saying it's not cold to you while wearing a hoodie on is hilarious. But anyway,
I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to you, Tramil, for actually making us a clip this early. Definitely clipping that. Two, having the only intro that was interesting because the rest of y'all trying to be cool and shit. Like, fuck out of here.
You want me to do
the fuck we was talking about like right before this? Like, come on, man.
Now, I was just gonna say like
on my intro. I'm leaving it as is. Let's get started.
That's insane. Either way, I just wanted to say a hard candy that freaking sucks is a now and later. Oh my god! When they're
you're saying it wrong. You're saying it wrong right there. That's
hold on, wait. If you open a Annihilator and it's a little piece of wrapper stuck on the Annihilator, you peel it off or you eat it.
I'm trying to peel it off. If it don't,
I'm gonna work my hardest.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna eat
that.
If
it don't come off, I'm eating it. Like,
you gotta eat it. Just a little bit of
too much effort for this paper.
But we go Black. That doesn't surprise me. I'm not gonna.
Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just saying, like, bro. Like,
shout out to the pod for having the share size all pink Starburst, man.
Thanks, Starburst sponsor us.
Facts. Go ahead, get us for free.
So, as you guys know, we are on a podcast, and the segue is about to be nasty. But somebody else that was blacking on the podcast was Emmanuel Acho. He was on Van Lathan's podcast. Shout out Van Lathan, Baton Rouge native. right? And him and Acho kind of got into it kind of early. They were talking about Acho made a statement about him being Nigerian, being the first generation Nigerian immigrant here in America, and how that it makes it easier for him to talk about race relations because he doesn't have the generational trauma that Black people have, right? Or Black Americans have. And boy, they tore his ass up on Twitter. Uh, Nigerians and Black people, like pretty much the entire Black diaspora. But my question to you, gentlemen, is that I think that kind of touches on like a larger issue of Black immigrants and what's kind of like been y'all experience of how they view American Black people, since we're all American Black people. From my understanding, I don't know y'all families and shit like that. Just met y'all like 2 weeks ago, so
2 weeks ago. Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, after 6 years. But I guess I'll start off. But
I met all your families.
like nigga, come on. But I think it's I think I have a kind of different perspective on it because we talked about it a little while off mic and kind of talked about it in the GM, and I mentioned like first when I saw just David Ortiz, for example. I believe he played for the Red Sox.
The Red Sox.
Yeah. So when I was growing up, I always viewed him as a Black person, like all of us on here, like African American. But little did I know that he wasn't from here. He's from, I think, Dominican Republic. I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's from there. So I think there was certain times where they asked him how he felt about being African American or blah 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 or something like that, and he was like, I'm not that, Dominican. And I initially was like you're Black, like you're like us, but they have a whole separate culture over there and everything. Like we have some Haitian friends. I have a couple, and like how they do things, what they eat. They even know French, and certain things that are part of their culture are completely different than how we do things here, and like revolutions and whatnot that happen in Haiti and stuff like that, completely different from what we experience here, and their struggles are completely different. So when it came to him saying what he said, I didn't immediately get upset. Do I think he's kind of a coonish guy? Yeah. I didn't immediately get upset about what he said because their culture is completely different than African American culture, even though we're all Black. So I'm not too upset about it, but I do understand, why everybody is.
Lando.
Anybody can pick up the baton?
Yeah,
I guess I'll pick it up. I felt it on me. I felt you pass it to me. All right, so like, here's how I feel about it. I remember I used to just kind of go off of pure like skin tone ethnicity in terms of how I view people's like race. So I consider Africans to just basically be like us in a way. But at the same time, like I kind of realized that for Americans to kind of reclaim their African roots, it's almost like a process, and it's almost like, I guess, like almost disowning a bit of their like American roots in a sense to like tap in with the culture from back in Africa, and that kind of led me to think that I don't think what Ocho said was too wrong because I don't think what Ocho said was too wrong because like he is someone who was an African immigrant, you know what I'm saying? So like his culture is a lot different than ours, and also to an extent, I'm not really a big fan of people who come from not being an African American descendant of slaves, talking about issues and things that they didn't really grow up knowing or didn't really do a lot of research on. Because I know a lot of people who come into America, they're not necessarily as versed into our history and into like our communities as some of them may think they are. So like when people speak on stuff that they don't really know too much about, that kind of feels like an insult to me as well. So I kind of like the fact that he took a stance of being someone who isn't necessarily African American, even though like I do feel that level of solidarity with our brothers and sisters who are also from immigrant populations.
me personally, bro. See, look, I'm not mad at the fact that you have a sense of pride of where you come from, and if you want to identify as I'm from Africa, I'm African, and I just happen to live here. That's cool. Do your thing. But see, me personally, I just don't like the fact that you know sometimes, and not with all, but sometimes it like if you engage with certain Africans or those of uh, black color but aren't from here, they'll kind of like let you know it in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And it sometimes it feels like a certain like hierarchy. You can almost feel like like sometimes it feels like they're better than. Like I'm not trying to speak for all, but I just like that, and that's kind of what that felt like to me. You know what I'm saying? A different form of it. I understand where he's coming from with the, I don't have or none of the generations in my family bloodline had to deal with that, so I can talk to white people. But at the same time, bro, I feel like you may feel like you can talk like that, but in their eyes, I feel like they still look at you like they look at me. Like, I mean, honestly speaking, until he said something, I didn't even know he was from Africa. Like that's just me personally. So it was like, shit. If I didn't know, if I don't know, I know
His
they didn't
parents from
know.
Africa. That nigga from Dallas.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that was a joke or not, and that's my point.
It
It's not.
isn't though. In some ways, it
Exactly.
isn't
That's my
because it's
point.
just
From
that.
Dallas.
It
So
isn't
it's
though
like,
because I know people connect a lot with the culture that they're raised into, and he was raised in the African culture.
I
So
mean,
it's,
Of
I get it.
course.
It's like you can be as prideful as you want of where you come from. But shit, I'm happy to be from Baltimore, but I'm not gonna go out and say that what I'm saying, like because I'm from Baltimore, like what I'm saying, I'm better, or I don't feel like it's hard for me to talk about these things and shit. If that's his personal opinion, whatever. But I don't know. It just kind of felt like I'm better than, and no one looks at you like that. At least them, they don't.
Be
yeah.
right. Your thoughts.
Well, my, when I saw the clip, this is what I felt. I felt like he was just trying to say he better than other.
Did you freeze or were you shocked by something?
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if you froze or if you shocked by something.
Nah, it looked like he just seen the most foul shit ever.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all like the best. Y'all like the best co-host ever because yeah, we got 2 clips in under 15 minutes. That's wild.
I think we low-key got
Hey,
through.
Bro, you good?
I think we low-key got through like the old L.
We're having
All right,
technical
yeah, we'll have
difficulties.
technical
We
difficulties. So
lost
I'll just
Randy.
jump in here. Yeah, so I'll just jump in here. I honestly, he gave me
Wow,
Carlton
that was
vibes.
terrible.
Yeah, well,
Damn,
you get your
so you
life
can
together.
dog.
I'm back.
Uh,
Wi-Fi issues. Can you hear me?
you're not really back. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. There you
Y'all
go. There
know how
you
my
go.
Wi-Fi is. That's why. But y'all know my Wi-Fi is. That's why I don't share screen. But either way, that's not the point. So when I watched the clip, it just tried to make it seem like he was better than like regular black folks like me. And I'm like, just because of where you came from or who your parents are or whatever your generation is, I don't care. To me personally, I feel like if you think you can talk to those guys, I can talk to them. Period. Like Jai knows me, like me from my personal standpoint. I'm like I can talk to anybody about anything in whatever room or whatever. I don't care about any traumas or whatever. I'm not affected. I don't think I am. I don't even. I mean, I had a history of it. I just think he just tried to make it seem like he was better than like other black folk, and he's well equipped to be in those rooms and have those tough conversations or whatever the case may be.
Well,
I don't like
Yeah,
the whole.
he had a whole
I don't
series about it.
Like he had
right,
a
and
series.
I don't like
Yeah.
how exactly, and I don't like how he tries to take that approach, and then after he says what he says, and he was trying to stand on it, he tried to go back on Twitter saying I was set up. No, you weren't. You were speaking your truth. Like,
He said some
and
bullshit.
that's how you felt.
Yeah.
Literally.
No.
And then you got
Like,
mad when people didn't respond to it.
yeah,
And-
because the people that you tried to pander to, they wasn't rocking with you because it's like you said earlier, Blake. It's like they're gonna look at you the same way. It's like it almost gave like Carlton vibes, right? Of like, okay, just because I'm from here, and he's even said before that, okay, I grew up in a Dallas suburb, so I grew up in a white environment. It's the people who, they feel like, oh, I've only grew up around white people, so they relate to me more, or some of that, and things like that. I'm like, for one, that's not always the case, right? Because if we just going off of generalities here, they're still gonna look at you like a black person. They're still gonna consider you, group you into the same group, right?
Yeah.
And two, what he said in terms of I can give them a softer version whenever it comes to racial issues and stuff like that. To be honest, they don't need a softer version. It's a black. They need the raw, uncut. They need the non-stepped on version to understand how serious it is. We don't get into it a little bit later, but what we just saw with black people at the hands of the police and things like that, white people need that experience, because if you give them a soft version or a stepped on version, or if you give them a digestible version, they're going to be like, oh, they can shoot it off as no big deal, or oh, it's not really a race thing, or things like that. And typically, at least in my experience, I've heard this a lot from immigrant black people. You can just look in like different forms of media. The Fresh and Fit bozos, all right. One of them is Caribbean, the other one is from like North Africa or something like that. And then they talked about how whenever they had to come to this country, it wasn't racism, it was just hard. I was an immigrant and I made it. My dad was an immigrant and he made it, and things like that. There are specific things, laws, and things to it, like loans that you can get to start a business, and it's things that are put in place in our system to help immigrants, because America was built on immigrants and things like that, right? Well, it wasn't built on immigrants, but that's what they try to sell people. All right. So it's actually easier to be a black person from another country and make it in America than to be a black person born in this country and make it from America, because there's nothing to really protect you. And it's also just nothing but glass ceilings here, instead of like you have a real ceiling, as you could have as an immigrant. So kind of like what you said earlier, Orlando, you don't like, non-American blacks speaking on these issues. I'm put like this. If you feel that you're not like other black people, or, if you feel that you don't have the generational trauma, then don't say anything. Yes. Don't start a series called Uncomfortable Conversations trying to get the side of certain police, or don't try to get race relations between young black men and older white men or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get to be the spokespersons of that. And then like my nigga, like,
it wasn't just called Uncomfortable Conversations. It was Uncomfortable Conversations with a black man. So
he brands himself as a black man, but doesn't consider himself
a black man, but saying you're not a black man.
Exactly. So back then, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, Jared, because now I kind of switched my stance a little bit. Because back then, I didn't hear shit about, hey, I'm African, blah, 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 blah. It was, I'm having this, platform. I'm representing black people by having this show, so you can have an uncomfortable conversation with another black man. So you didn't say none of this, hey, I'm African and I, have a different experience. You kind of put yourself in this light of, I'm black and we have the same experience here in America. So you have these conversations with us. So now that y'all said that, it's like,
okay. This is kind of ironic in a way, because it's like, he kind of put on that good Negro face, even though he doesn't consider himself to be black. He kind of did what a lot of black people do when they start trying to be like a good, friendly, sellable face to white people, like a good, like uncontroversial face.
Oh, like that nigga Van Jones on CNN. Not Van Lathan, but Van Jones. The nigga that was crying whenever Joe Biden got elected. He was like, oh my gosh, I never felt we finally have hope and some shit like that. Like,
I know with Joe Biden.
So he fell into like an African American role anyways. That's kind of crazy.
Exactly. Because whenever shit get cracking, and this is for any country, like you are your nationality everywhere else, your tribe everywhere else, you know what I'm saying? But whenever it's time to boot up, whenever it's time in a crisis, you're just black. And this is anywhere. And we see this not just in America, but anywhere. So to say that you don't have certain traumas to it, that means that you're just ignoring it. Whenever they were kicking all the black people out of Italy during COVID, they were throwing people off boats in 2020. You know what I'm saying? They didn't ask theirs, be like, oh, are you African American or are you Ghanaian or Nigerian or are you from Somalia or something like that? No, they just telling you get the fuck out. Whenever they was killing the black people in China, get the fuck out, right? So at the end of the day, we all black. And that's how you're going to be judged. You're not going to be able to get on the soft version. They're not going to look at you any different. They might smile and kiki in your face like that. But at the end of the day, you're the same as us, bro. So, don't try to, I guess, come off as like the good brother or I'm not one of those or anything like that. Or, oh, I have a completely different experience. No, because you think you're going to have a different experience. And then they're going to learn you that, oh, okay, we can make your experience exactly the same as them.
Yep. It's like as soon as you come to America and you have black skin or you are black in any kind of way adjacent to African Americans, you're going to fit into the hierarchical standards of white supremacy. That's just going to happen regardless. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what you identify as. They're going to see you as just one of us anyways.
Hey, man. Well, at the end of the day, don't be a coon. That's the best thing that we can tell you. I kind of want to stop using that word, but coons keep popping up. They keep popping up, man. And then he tried to get his boy Marcellus Wiley to he was just like, use the bro code. Like I saw like how you was saying on Twitter, Austin, it was like, oh, he got ambushed. You know what I'm saying? Tried to, oh man, it's the bro code. I got set up. Blah, 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 blah. Like, nah, bro. That's not a bro code rule. But one topic that has been kind of floating around, everybody has their own individual bro code rules. And I think this is kind of like there's no set standard to it. So, as we move to a lighter note, what are some of y'all like bro code rules? Like if y'all have to just like run down like your top 3, like Tree, what's something that you would just put on like your bro code list?
I ain't gonna say it's tough because as you get like older, what I'm saying, your life changes and stuff like that. Because like in high school, everybody has the oh well, you can't talk to none of my old chicks, whatever. So like that's like getting older. That's not one of mine no more. Like unless we got a kid, no baby mamas are off limits for me. Top 3, baby mamas are off limits. Bro, don't be trying to like, and like my girl, whoever I'm with at the time, she's off limits too. Like, no.
I would hope so.
Y'all need to be hanging out. Like,
I hope so.
Right. I'm like, that guy's not your man's.
I mean, yeah. Like, you gotta say it sometimes, bro. Like, people like, oh, well, you didn't say nothing. Nah, no. All right, you be having to say it, so. I mean, that's super you expect people to know certain things, but then they don't, so you just gotta let them know.
Okay.
I would say like one for me personally is just like, yo, keep it a beam with me personally, because I feel like some people just be like turning a blind eye to their friends, like right or wrong. Like, yeah, I'm like, yo, like if I'm wrong in a situation, like let me know. Like, talk about character development here. Like a lot of people just be trying to like look out for their friends and all. Like if I'm wrong, like let me know I'm wrong. Or if my new single is ass, let me know. I just keep it a beam. Like
not gonna lie,
I think it's just
that anyway.
Never that.
For you, sugarcoat it for me.
Never that.
Me
comments with the fake profile.
I was ready to say, I think for me, one bro code rule. Me personally, you can't fuck with my old chick. At least like if it's one of my chicks, you know what I'm saying? Like one of my if it's just a girl, you know what I'm saying? Like
why you sound like you got multiple?
Go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Like you can talk to but like if it's like like you said what?
I also trying to get niggas jammed up this morning.
Just
go ahead, Austin.
No, can't jam up the jelly, dog. You know what I'm saying? But look,
yo, does anybody see B-Rap face? Oh, yeah,
but nah, my other bro code rule is like, bro, you gotta know when you post to lie for me. I feel like that's like in my top bro code rules. And it doesn't have to be about cheating or whatever, but just in general, like nigga, like we supposed to have a telepathic connection. Like nigga, I'm in some shit and I need you to tell me something, dog. I need you to lie to cover my ass. Cover my ass. That's like my biggest bro cool rule. Just cover my ass when I need you.
Yeah, I just thought of something. Like, it's gonna be a lot of people that might see this that's gonna take that and take it the wrong way, even though you was just like, I'm not talking about shit. They
No. But like
dog out here, bro.
Like we just gotta have that bond, like bro, like you know what I'm saying. I need you to, you know what I'm saying, like
you might need a quick escape. It don't necessarily have to be cheating. You might need to be like
yo, just call and say like your tire broke down. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking know.
But hold on, bro. Keep it a beat.
You see what I'm saying?
How many scenarios do you gotta get out of the jail where I gotta just lie to you?
Bro,
and it's not involving women.
Shit be happening. I mean, shit be
And
happening.
it's not involving women. Why do I
No. His point was not saying that it doesn't have to involve women. His point was saying that we're not asking you to lie just for like cheating shit. No. But for instance, there have been some jams that I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling the situation right now. I'm just trying to get out without causing a scene. So I was like, yeah, text me or call my phone saying that you need some help and I'm going to go. So it's like some little shit like that to where you just want to avoid situation.
You just got to know when to lock in with your man. Like, I get it. Like, we here.
Me and y'all be locking in. Like when I be that boy Jack gonna lock in.
One of these days,
that.
we never know who's watching, but one of these days we're gonna tell you a specific story whenever we have to lock in, and that shit was fun.
Gotta lock in, dog. Always gotta lock in.
Lando.
All right, so like
Time out.
All right.
Time out. I'm sorry. Before we continue, I know who is not locking in. I know who is not locking in. Lando, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When he was in the freaking Uber, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Can we tell the story?
No. Please tell the story.
Please tell the story.
Tell the story, dog.
Oh my God. So I'm gonna just make this short and quick. We're at a party. He was in Atlanta. He's at the mansion, right? Oh man.
I don't know where he was at.
It was the club. It was a club called the Mansion. It wasn't an actual mansion, but then we started going to parties at the Mansion. Anyway.
Right. So then now we was trying to find a Uber home, or Orlando had I logged into my Uber account on his phone. Yeah, got an Uber because my phone, y'all know my phone was terrible. It kept dying on like 100%. Either way, is not the point. So now we hop in the Uber. We're in an Uber pool with like two other Johns. Mind you, we're like getting to know each other for chatting. Bro said, okay. They said, how old are y'all? He was like, oh yeah, we're juniors. All right, cool. So I was like, yeah, we that. and then as the conversation continued, he said, nah, I'm lying. We touching it. I was like, fuck. And then we're just sitting there looking like dickheads because I agreed with his lie and then he just took it back. I'm just like, oh man.
Believe it or
That's
not,
what locking in is, dog.
Believe it or not, Lando almost did that twice. One time we had left class. Remember when we had walked out of class? So like everybody was just like dipping out of that shit, bro. Like teacher turns back, just walk out. Take attendance, walk out, right? Because they had attendance policy. So we walk out of class, we make it halfway down the hallway. Everybody saw us walk out because we just picked like the worst time to walk out. Yeah, so it wasn't even like on some slick shit. Like everybody saw us walk out.
Everybody got silent and just watched us walk.
We halfway down the hall, Lando said, I think I want to go back. What?
Because it's like I'll be on bullshit, but sometimes I get conscious. I don't know. I'm just having some time.
All the time that we dine and dash. Anyway, next.
Wait, but I'll lock in though. Wait. I mean, y'all could say that I didn't lock in back then, but I feel like I've made some improvements in my game.
He's grown now.
Y'all gonna find out.
Tell us your bro code.
He got some more badges in him.
He got some new badges. Tell us your bro code.
All right, so my bro code, I guess number one is don't try and make your nigga look bad just to impress somebody.
Yeah, that's no one, gang.
Like, that's like number one. Number two is like me and Brandon, we agree on it. It's like, don't just blindly follow someone into some bullshit. Like if your friend is on the deep end, or if your friend is on some bullshit, let them know. Let your boy know.
Real shit, bro.
And also be real. Like that's what I just really like about niggas. Like just be stand up, be real about what you're on and what your shit is, so that like that deceitful shit or that like weird fake shit. Like I just don't like that. So like be 100.
100.
So yeah, that's my
Man.
Oh man, John, what are yours, man? I feel like you be asking all the questions. What are your bro code rules?
Number 1, 2, and 3, the same one.
That's ass.
All my work is all my work. Current work, old work, new work, future work is my work. That's all.
You know what's so crazy about Jai?
Nah, I'm playing.
Jai is so terrible. Like when we, it was this one girl that we met in college, right? We met her on the same time at the exact same day. We both had our eyes on her, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I was 18 and I didn't know you that.
Nah, it's so crazy, dog. Like I never seen no shit like this. We're like, all right, dog, I'm kind of fucking with this shit. He's like, yo, I'm kind of fucking with that chick. I'm like, all right, let's do rock, paper, scissors for him. I whipped this nigga's ass in a rock, paper, scissors. Best 2 out of 3, really bang, bang, boom. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's still trying to talk to the bitch. I'm like, yo.
That's your fault. You didn't get in the Uber with her. You got in the Uber with the other girls. And then so I was like, all right.
We had
took 2 separate Ubers. And it's a good thing you didn't go in that Uber because we almost got locked up that night because we just popped in the
You deserved it. So that was crazy.
That's wicked. But remember what I told you after? I was like, yo, the next time we see a pair, you pick, and then we go from there.
Right.
So remember we was walking from the Chinese spot, and we saw, all right, I'm short, black, taller than me. He's not tall, but he's taller than me. He's like 5'8", I'm 5'6". Right. So we saw a big and a little. So I'm like, okay, we know how we about to 2-man this, right? Think we about to lock in. Black said, no, I want the little one. I'm like, all right, bro, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Fell on the sword. I fell on the sword for a real nigga. She was weird as shit. And then this nigga wanted to switch. Walking through what she said. Did she say some shit about like, oh, she got crabs or some shit like that? Like
what?
Like, bro, like off the intro. Like we've known these women for like 5 minutes. And then Black just like tapped me. He was like, y'all come on switch. I'm like, nah. You think
niggas is crazy.
But to be honest, I would say, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I take that seriously. I'm not, I wouldn't call that jealousy, but, and of course, women are not positions. Yeah. But it's too many women out here, as you, my mans, to mess with a chick that I messed with. I know, Tremel, you said that was high school shit. Yeah, I'm not on that.
That's life shit.
That's life shit.
It just kind of makes me upset because it's like
I love them all. So sorry, like
because say that friend has been there for an extended period of time before that girl or whatever. Then you start talking to that girl. That means that friend has been peeping that girl when y'all were together and was like, if my man,
even if that's not the case,
who am I to stop?
What the nigga is just having some casual conversation? He not in the wrong.
I'm gonna tell you this. If y'all want to be together, that's cool. I'm just not
let
gonna
me know.
Don't let me know. Because once you let me know, I'm not gonna be cool with either y'all.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Try and hide y'all. No, like,
go have your relationship. We're just not gonna be friends no more, and that's cool. You should want your lady more than your friend. But
I have another perspective for you to consider. Do you care about this girl?
I said,
that's my only cap.
I'm talking to Josh specifically.
Oh. Yes.
That's not your chick anymore.
Yes. I care about all of them.
And then
I love them all.
The answer is it doesn't fucking matter.
I love them all.
No, it does matter. No, it does matter because
it does matter.
That's his answer. Though. That's Jai's answer.
That's my answer. Okay, but no. It depends.
Wait, everybody on here, y'all know the first one. If the first one did something with somebody else that's another friend of I don't care. I don't care. Y'all know who the first one was. But if it's somebody else, then it's like
one, she wasn't even the first one. She was like the third one. But that's the most important one. But
No, the first one, and
Brandon knew the first one.
Yeah. But I'm just
Actually,
saying,
no, Lando, you put me with the first one, but that's not the point.
if it's somebody, there are certain past girlfriends or whatever that I know some of y'all don't really give a fuck about. So it's like if that happened and they started talking to like a friend of yours, and if that happened to me, I probably wouldn't care because I'm like I don't care about her like that anymore. But like there are certain ones that it's like you do care about even if y'all aren't together. Where it's like okay, even though we're not together. That was still my little at the time, and now you with my man's. Now it's like I don't like that.
But here's the thing for me specifically, y'all not gonna cross paths if that's not my that's just fact. Y'all not gonna cross paths if it's just like oh hey I met you we trying to figure out if we want to kick it or something like that. All right, you're not about to be around my friends unless my bro met you at the same time. But
let's consider our specific situations, right? So it's like in the real world, probably I'm not gonna really run into said girl. But when we was in college, everybody was in that same little bubble.
We was.
When I tell you, I ran into so many people and so many people y'all talk.
What I mean by cross paths
so
is
many
that you're not gonna cross paths. You're not gonna cross paths with me, right? Now, if y'all cross paths organically, and she know that we got something. Right, but she still want to holler at you, then hey, I'm washing my hands with her. But if you see me rocking with her and then y'all cross paths like on the promenade or something like that, and then you still try to shoot or something like that, no, it's smoke, nigga. Like I don't care. I don't care if you see me rock with her, if you see me bring her back to the room, or you seen together like we were all
I don't have an issue with that, but I'm just saying like when you don't care about her anymore. Let's just say it's been like 2 or 3 years or whatever, and like you moved on, you probably got some new vagina and all that other stuff, and you're having a great life. And it's just like, yo, so but I'm just saying, it's like, why are you so attached to this person that you don't care about?
Because I you know how they got 2-year-olds to be like that mine phase? It's mine. I'm sorry, I still got my PlayStation 2. Like, no.
Hey, I got mine too, dog.
No, because it's just the principle of it's too many women. Even when we was in college, it's too many women.
That. But why?
It's too many women for you to go spin on that one. No.
But why are you so attached? Like, I think that's an issue.
You still love
like, you're asking the right questions, B-Roy. You're asking the right questions.
Listen.
Why are you so attached?
Like I understand the principle of like, yo, you knew that was my chick. You knew I was messing with her. You probably shouldn't talk to her. Like, I understand that wholeheartedly because, like, if any of y'all tried to talk to my chick or any of the girls I was dealing with, I would definitely look at you like you're insane. You definitely Steven Rick around. We definitely went to parties together, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, you saw what was going on, especially you, Black. So, with that being said, so with that being said, it's like, okay, if that was Black, I'm like, you're actually kind of crazy. But like, I just think the whole principle is if it's been years down the line and then the girl just tried to spin the block on you, and it's just like a girl you really just don't care about, and you was like, yo, Jai, like, Shorty is over here trying, yeah. What do I do? I feel like consulting with your mans before you just be like, oh, we're not going to be friends anymore.
With me. I'm not going to tell any grown person what to do. I'm just telling you how I'm going to feel about it. I'm not going to like it. So if you choose to proceed with that, if you feel that if you feel that you would be happier going pursuing her, go ahead, go and pursue her. But that's just going to be a consequence of pursuing her. It's going to make our shit shaky. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it's ultimatum.
Don't pursue her, but I don't want to stop you from your grind.
What I'm saying is you can do whatever you want, but this is the consequence of what's going to happen. And
I feel like losing a friend over a girl you don't care about is crazy.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I don't care about it.
Over just
how you know I don't care about her?
Easy access.
But why do you still care about her?
Hey man,
you don't know why we stopped.
He care about it. That's all that matters.
Exactly. Like what? Stamp of fruit. Like
ain't no love lost, man. He might try and spin the block.
Tree, we here.
He might want to spin the block. He probably wasn't done with him, man.
There's only one girl that Jai was spin the block.
Bro, we're not bringing it up, dog. We're not bringing it up.
Nah, that boy is a block spinner.
No, it's not.
He loves spin that motherfucker.
I spin it because I like what I like. So whenever I find what I like, it's just kind of like
I want that shit.
Yeah.
Like he said, it's mine, nigga. It's
It's
mine.
mine, nigga.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Oh man.
Nah, that is. It's probably like.
Hey,
2.5.
ladies out there, man. If you mess with Sir Corleone, you're his.
And that sounded crazy. I
said,
know
welcome
that
to
sounds
Tampa,
crazy.
bro.
I'm just
Right,
looking at how
that's what you
crazy
said.
I know, but like what I mean is just kind of like if you my man's, don't do that. That's just fact. If you my man's, don't do that.
That's
Pretty
it.
much, and honestly, it depends on how much of my man's that you are, right? I think
I was about to
that's
say,
another.
because if niggas aren't really your mans, don't expect these rules.
If we're
to
cool,
follow
and
niggas.
like we went and like passing, like I think I said this on like a very old episode. I'm about to shout this person out, but like if you're like Marcus Hunley level of friendship, right? Shout out to Marcus, right? That's my guy.
Hey,
That's
I
my
fuck
dog,
with
bro.
Marcus.
I fuck with Marcus.
That's my
I
dog,
fuck with
bro.
Marcus. That's my guy. That's always a stand-up dude. But if Marcus went to go holler at some of my old work, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Because it's just kind of like, you know, if y'all would have went to go holler at some of my old work, you're dead to me. And you might be dead for real, but who knows?
Can I stay?
I don't want your girl to
See, if I know a nigga in passing or not, like y'all know one nigga, Jai, you know specifically one nigga that I have a strong disdain for.
Yeah, okay, you're just being a hater.
Hey,
You're just a hater for now.
Wait. Okay, which nigga? Because you hate a lot of niggas.
I don't care. If
He
it
said,
was him,
Lynn,
if it was him, I just don't like. There's certain people I just don't like. So if it's one of them, and say we're not cool or like we know each other by like passing by type shit. If it's one of them niggas, it's like
for going with his girlfriend. So of course you're not gonna like him if you went with one of your girlfriends.
see, no, because at the time it was not his. Nah.
But that was
That
still
was that.
his. You ain't never talked to that
That
girl,
was
dog. Chat. Austin is so crazy. Yeah, I know. I look bad that last second. Austin is crazy. Austin didn't even talk to that girl. He just used to say that, man, he fine. And then whenever the dude that we talking about out of Hollander, right? He was just like, "What you doing with that nigga?" I was like, "Bro, that's some hater shit."
Yeah, it's like I hate that man. Beat his ass.
Well, like, yo, you really want to fight that nigga?
It was some hater shit. I
And
have been
nice
hater
guy.
in the past.
He's just such a nice guy.
Meh.
He's a nice guy.
man, dog.
Yeah.
That's
Y'all
crazy.
said Sunday Cypher.
Yeah.
Yo, Lando crazy. All right, man. Moving off of this because I don't want no more of my business getting out there.
Nah, air out some more.
All right, yo, listen, I ain't gonna air out too much, but what ESTG said, I was so fucked up about insert. I almost made that my daughter name. I got 3 daughters. I might got the names lined up.
You better.
Oh,
better not.
hell no.
Jai is insane, yo. If one
I'm
of them
kidding.
people end up being your daughter, you're insane.
I'm kidding. At least one of them.
Are
might,
you?
But
No.
one of them might. I ain't kidding.
Nah,
What
that
up,
first
Mike?
one might not though. He might be serious about that first one.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Don't
Yeah.
do it. Bro. No.
If I see the name,
Nah,
if I see the name being S. Borsky, I'm gonna be mad.
Yo,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
crazy.
Don't do that.
That boy did
hey, where does she spin the block though, dog?
We'll talk off mic.
That boy is gonna crumble.
We'll talk off mic.
6 years later.
Speaking of codes and rules and violations and all that other stuff. Well, since we on the topic of interacting with women and stuff like that, a place that most people interact with women is the gym. Right. So, Black, you said that this has been kind of like a controversial topic, or I wouldn't even say controversial, but you know, engaging with women at the gym, what's being a creep, what's not being a creep, things like that. So, take it away.
Well, I guess on the Twitter space and TikTok as well, there's been an increasing amount of talk about men in the gym looking at women. Like you'll see different videos about like how men will look at women and then the women will they're recording and they'll be like, he's a creep and he's looking at me. Or there's other examples where I guess a guy helps out a woman, and I guess how they describe it is like it's like I guess it's patriotic or something. I guess they're like not patriotic. What's the word? I don't.
Patriarch.
Yeah. Patriarchal.
Damn, man.
I don't know.
Sorry.
But anyway, when
I'm sorry.
patriotic is
You
crazy.
ain't patriotic when you trying to say patriarchal is crazy.
You want to say?
The patriarch.
No, that's
Because I'm like, patriotic, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember I was thinking like, so you being the civical, like.
But anyway, I guess they looked at it like negatively when a guy like just assumed that she needs help over, you know what I'm saying? So I guess the topic that I had brought up is how do you or should you interact with women in 2023, Jim, or should you not and just leave them alone?
Well, I think me personally, like, cause I go to the gym a lot. I do think it's like it's very hard, just like if you do see a nice lady that you would like to pursue in the gym, it's kind of hard because like no matter what kind of way you approach her, you're gonna like a creep. So my thing would be like just if they're mid workout and they got their headphones on, leave them alone. Let them at least finish their workout. Like try and catch them while they walking out the gym or something like that, and you know what I'm saying, or at least like in between sets. But if she mid like bench press or whatever, like don't go up to her and just like, hey, excuse me, ma'am. No, like let her finish her workout and then go about your business afterwards.
Yeah, I think I was just going to say this because it's going to be really quick. I think personally, if you're getting stared at by a guy at the gym, I don't think it's a big deal because men look at women that they find attractive all the time in any settings. Like you literally see a bad chick bartending, you're going to be like, damn, she bad. It's just another girl walking down the street. Oh, damn, she bad. Damn, she got a fat ass. Damn, like it happens, bro. Like it's a natural thing. Like, but if you're just like that's insane. Like that's crazy. But
why is that your gym face?
I don't ever look at me like that again, dog.
No, for real.
but that's the weird part. Like if you're literally not doing anything but doing this, like you're not even trying to play it off. Like you try, you just.
Nah, a nigga that commits
like,
to the
crazy.
stare is a crazy nigga, dog.
That's what I'm saying. But like, I think men just looking at women, it's going to happen. It's like even us with girlfriends, like we know other dudes are looking at our chick right now. Like, and that's why I'm just like, bro, like it's just a natural thing.
Clarify.
Right, but I'm just saying in general. But like, it's going to happen. I just think, like Jamel said, don't do it while they're actually working out. Catch them while they're like filling up a water bottle or whatever. Because it's like it's already tough enough as is to just approach a girl in the first place and not try to seem weird because you're definitely peeping them. And sometimes they peep you peeping them. So now it's even more weird. So
peeping them for sure.
I probably got like two things to say on this. One, don't always believe the internet because for some reason on social media it's been sensationalized that, I don't even want to say sensationalized, but it feels like that there's a growing movement of the women don't want to be approached in public. And while you shouldn't just go up to every woman and know you don't have necessarily the right the privilege of just saying that, oh, I can go talk to any woman whenever I want, blah, 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 blah. She should give me the time of the day, yada, right? There are times where you should, especially if you're an adult, like we talk to adult men right now, dog, you should know whenever it's cool to try to talk to a woman and not be a creep. And if you don't, you gotta go learn, go watch YouTube videos or something like that. But the gym, personally, I wouldn't try to talk to a woman at the gym because you go there to do a thing, and so you handle that. It's not like some people, the gym is a place to socialize. For some people, it's not. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't try to do that. Don't stare. If you glance, I mean, if she fine, of course you're gonna look. But see, you did it again. Don't do that again, bro. But try not to stare. Try not to stare. And I'm gonna be honest. If you really want to holler at a girl at the gym, the best way is to look like that you don't need to be at the gym. Look like that you go to the gym, but look like that you don't need to be there. Like if you in the middle of your fitness journey. And you trying to holler at a girl at the gym in the middle of your fitness journey, that's just a bad look. Be towards the end of your fitness journey. Be fucking swole. Yeah. I'm just saying because that's the first thing. That's the only reason why you're talking to her. Y'all there doing the same thing, so you're not doing anything particularly interesting. You have to. It's at that point. It's just an appearance game. That's the gym is probably the most brass tack. It's aesthetic appearance game. So if you're gonna go talk to a girl, make sure that you look your best, and then you'll probably have a better shot. But more likely than not, bro, just go work out.
Yeah,
I feel like. Oh,
I
go
agree
ahead,
with that. Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I agree with that, but me personally, I would say focus on yourself. What don't holler at girls at the gym because it's like at this point in the climate, it's just looked at as kind of creepish and just negatively if you're doing that. So just don't. And personally, I think that they'd like that more if you didn't because if you were the type of guy, or if they're attractive, they have hella guys coming up to them all the time to like say something. So if you're gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna focus on myself, do what I gotta do, and then get out of here, I think she might peep you doing that more than the all thousands of guys that come and talk to her. But again, I personally say just don't do it. But if you have to do it, I would say it has to be natural. So if you're gonna go in there, lift weights and all that type of shit, you might see her and say excuse me one time and just leave it at that. And if you come back, you see her again, I don't know, say what's up, keep it pushing, come back and see her again. Then you can start like y'all have enough rapport to be like it's not weird and you're not trying to be like a weirdo and just come up and like spit some game and then get her number the first time. It's like, okay, I've seen you here multiple times before. You seem cool. What's your name? Blah blah blah, and then leave it at that.
Or like you like in like a class or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know if you go to like one of them like expensive gyms where they got like juice bars and shit like that. Do something like that. Be like, oh, buy her like a smoothie or some shit. But you just I don't know.
I wouldn't buy her shit in person, but hey.
But yeah, it's like, honestly,
you cool.
Don't do that.
You cool.
If you walk up to a girl with a smoothie, I bought you.
I'm just saying, like, if you no. Don't I'm saying if you like both there, if you just like both there, she'd be like, "Oh, I'm about to get this juice." You'd be like, "Oh, I got
you worse than a nigga staring if you walk up to her with a smoothie.
You're like, hey, that's
she's not drinking that shit. If she drink that shit, she weird.
Look what I got for you. Fuck out of here, weirdo.
You know what I like.
Don't talk to girls in the gym, bro.
I think it's okay. See, I want to give a contrary opinion. I think it's okay to talk to women in the gym. I think that shit's better than staring because, like, niggas who stare, like, that's so weird. Because think about it, if you like working out and you just see someone staring at you, you're gonna be like, what are you looking at? So, like, you can imagine a woman would feel the same way, especially if she's like in like provocative poses where you might, bro, just look away. But like, I think if you that invested to stare, then just approach her. Like just peek and then approach her, and then whatever happens, get on with the rest of your day. Like I think if you treat it like something that's like low maintenance, not that big a deal, then they probably are less likely to not be creeped out. Because one thing I know is that this internet shit, it'll make you think that women don't like being approached or women don't like talking to men in public. But like I've noticed that it's almost like the contrary. Like I noticed a lot of women, they like talking to people or they cool with talking to niggas in public. Like I used to go to Orange Theory. That's like a mostly women gym. I used to talk to some of the women in there and like I would think that like, damn, they might feel some kind of way about me being a man, but no, they didn't.
And also women like when men quote unquote apply pressure. So if you come correct, even if it's the first, but even if you come correct the first time, they might just fuck with it.
I got an untested theory of like talking to women at a gym. So like if it's this bad chick that always goes to this, like y'all go to the same gym, like y'all go there a lot, just walk past her a lot and never say nothing. Just walk past her a lot. That's it.
What?
I feel like
that might be.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Let's just say if y'all go to the gym like 3-4 times a week and y'all see each other there a lot. If you walk past her a lot, she gonna see you and then it's just like, oh.
And then don't say shit.
And don't say shit. Don't say
fucking
shit.
word,
Like,
bro.
even if
Me
y'all
personally, bro.
or whatever, like, don't say nothing.
Bro, just go work out. Like, I ain't gonna
I
lie
feel
to
like-
you. Just go work out. Just go work
Me
out. Like, we
personally-
doing a lot, bro. Just go work out and then just go work out.
And we gonna get a game. It's just about
Beat-
the
beat-
second.
beat women somewhere else.
Walk
Get
past
your
y'all
ass in the gym first of
and
all.
then like on like day 12 or some shit like that, if she got on like some kind of like cool like shorts or not shorts but like shoes or something like that, just be like, oh, like I fuck with the shoes.
Fuck with the
Like,
dude that
yeah.
like-
And keep
That's
So you telling me for 11 straight days, you just
No, don't look, bro.
no,
Just do
no.
you. Like, you just walk by.
Like,
You gotta walk
he's
by.
not saying like
You walk
go
by
to
with
that-
dumbbells?
like walk by,
15
like
times.
you there to work out. So like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Just take the longer route and just walk past her, you know what I'm saying? Make sure she see you. And if she see you a lot, she'll be like, you know, if she like what she see, I mean, y'all gonna
Like, damn, this
start
nigga really
making
like the leg
eye
press.
contact.
He do his legs every day.
Well, you
Like
can't
familiarity,
I mean,
that shit matter. I know what you're
but
talking
if you go
Hey,
to
I
legs
do want to
every
make.
day,
I
you
do want
gotta
to make
go.
one
I'm
kind
trying to
of.
squat
I do want to
this
make one
much
kind
by
of
this amount
asterisk
of time.
to the staring thing. I do want to make one kind of asterisk to the staring thing. All you gym influencer chicks, they be posting up like a whole setup to like record you doing some
Bro,
bend
get
over
that shit
rows,
out
some
the way,
shit like
bro.
that, and people go stare at that, bro, because you taking up like a big chunk of the gym.
yeah, dumb, you gotta
They-
ring
out the
light.
way, bro.
It's taking hella long.
Get that
Like,
shit
hurry
in
the fuck
front of
up.
you and call it a day, bro.
You got the little clip-on microphone, and then you like sitting there talking to yourself. Like people's gonna look like that's not normal.
Exactly.
No matter how many videos or how many people try to be fitness influencers, that's not normal. You got your BBL and you got them little Kim Kardashian skims on, and then so now you're trying to be a fitness influencer. No, you went
Hey.
under the knife. It's fine.
Hey,
We get it.
shout
Fine.
out-
Like,
Shout out.
You
It's
don't
this big ass
understand.
white dude. It's this big ass white dude. I think on like TikTok or something like that. He be commenting on those types of videos, and he be like telling the women like, "Okay, you were actually wrong in this because the guy wasn't trying to be weird. He was just trying to help you out." Or he was just looking at you because you were looking at him and talking to yourself
they
and
be
blah
in
blah
the
blah.
fucking.
Like
They
there
be in
are
front
some
of the dumbbell rack. They take about like 6 different dumbbells.
Exactly.
Bro, like,
They do
Yeah,
like
he might
3
be
sets
looking
of-
over and say like, "Damn, can she move out the way?" I'm
They
trying to
do
get
like
some-
one set of
imagine-
5, and then they go walk to the camera and they be like, "You see how I just did this? Now I'm about
yeah,
to go
like,
do this with
get the
these."
shit
And
out
it's
the
just
way,
like-
man. They
Exactly.
always have it in front of like the
It's always in front of the shit that you need.
It's always in front of the shit that
Oh.
everybody use. They put it in front of the like
Okay.
between the 30s and the 50s, bro. It's always in front of that shit, and it's like, bro, move this shit.
And don't get mad if somebody walk past the camera. Like I see that dumbass camera. Like I'm here to work out, and you have
Facts.
the camera up, and you get mad at me because I'm walking past. Like
Do workouts at home.
I ain't even saying that. Just don't have that shit in the way. Like I'm cool with you recording your little journey or whatever. Like that's cool. Make your money, do what you do, but like move all that shit out the way, bro. You got this 12-inch fucking tripod that's taller than me and shit, all in the way and shit. Like, bro, move that shit.
You sure that's 12
We
Fuck
all-
out, man.
It's like, it's pretty,
I was like,
a pretty small dude.
Oh man,
Yeah.
y'all funny.
niggas a foot.
I don't know how we're gonna hit these next couple of things, but let's go to it. Lando, I know this is one that you want to talk about for sure. Counties in Florida banning unapproved books for, I believe it's either for the school library or for like certain teachers' library and like grade things like that. One book you are very familiar with is the Toni Morrison book, The Bluest Eye. They were talking a lot about that on CNN. Don Lemon said that this is the equivalent of whenever they used to ban books in slavery times. And so he was triggered because of that. But what are your thoughts on that, Linda?
Okay,
Why you
so
laughing, bro?
Because it's Don Lemon. He's just a funny guy.
He's just Tom from the Boondocks. But anyways, so like
Literally.
for starters, that's like taking a really big step back. It kind of scares me how America is getting so like authoritarian. Like, damn, I can't even have access to certain books because it doesn't force feed me the patriotic horse shit that you want to tell me all the time, or it gives like a contrary opinion on shit. Like, I just hate that because like I read Toni Morrison's books. I read Beloved, The Bluest Eye, and The Song of Solomon, and she has always given a very realistic lens into what it was like to be Black in that time period. Like, she did her research and she never tried to like dramatize or, well, she did actually. She did dramatize shit, but that was for the sake of telling a story that's interesting. But she's always tried to give accounts so we won't forget that even though slavery is over, it was still hard for Black people back in that time. I think to try to like wipe that away is just really insulting to not just Black people but Americans, period. Because here we have this period within our country that we're trying to exclude because it doesn't fit some sort of like simple as hell like mentality that some people have that like is all over, racism doesn't exist, or I don't want you to look at that because it's leftist media. Like, I just think it's like a huge insult, and I think that shit should be boycotted because I looked at the list. Most of those books were books created by Black authors, and I'm just like, wow, Black people can't even give their voice, or they can't even tell a fucking story.
So
Like,
I
it's just
do got a
ridiculous.
question. Was it banned by the parents? I think that's what it was. It was like the parents came
wish I
together and
knew.
said that it should be
I
banned.
can imagine parents doing it just because, like, I remember, like, for example, at my elementary school, I went to elementary school in the deep South, so we had PTA, and most of the PTA were white parents. And I remember when Barack Obama got elected for president, and we were like throwing watching parties and viewings of like his speeches, and like a lot of the white parents were like, "Yeah, I don't want my kid to see this shit," and they were basically boycotting like that. So I could imagine parents doing it because parents are the reason why people talk about critical race theory and shit like that. Like they want their kids to grow up actually questioning some of the shit that we've experienced in this country. They just want them to blindly like wave to the fucking flag. Like, it's just so dumb to me. Because if you really read Toni Morrison's books, you will see that she's not trying to like give an anti-white take on things. She's just trying to document what happened to Black people, how trauma is generational. Like, I think she might have been the person to really make generational trauma was considered. Like through her works of Beloved, where literally the little girl that she killed came back to life and haunted her. So like, I don't know, man. Like that shit is just dumb. And Toni Morrison also like gave an anti-hate perspective of slavery and of like getting even with white people through one of her books, Song of Solomon, where they had characters who they tried to kill a white person every single Sunday to like get revenge. And she was explaining how that's a wrong mentality to have and how revenge maybe against like just white people in general isn't the way to go about it. So it's kind of like she's actually given a good voice that both people and groups can actually like that both of us can look at and agree with, and they're trying to repress that voice. So that shit just irks me. Anyone else have thoughts?
Yeah, shit's basically Fahrenheit 451, another book, ironically. And so yeah, I've always said it like this: regardless of how conservative or liberal your parents are, or anything like that, like parents. I don't know if it's been so long since y'all were kids, but kids, they're gonna find whatever they want in the era of school. You're gonna learn more about socializing anyway, and then we're in the era of the internet. So if they really want to find, about slavery or about, what happened in this country before, it's nothing but 2 taps on your phone. So I feel like just the blocking of knowledge is there. Do I think everything should be a curriculum? No. Do I think that the history of how Black people are treated in this country should be a curriculum? Yes. But even if you disagree, like the Toni Morrison book, it's a nonfiction book. So it's just kind of like, it's not like they was teaching a class
No,
on it.
it's
It was
fiction.
a fiction book. Yeah. It's not like they was teaching a class on it. So it's just kind of like, let people have access and then make their own decisions for it. Let people have access to the information and then their decisions come forward. I feel like if you try to control people's decisions for it, then you're moving back into, slavery. So
yeah, I just don't get how they're trying to like ban a fiction book. Like, it's not real. It's not like a part of curriculum. Like, if someone just enjoys that kind of content, just let them read it. Because like when I was in school and there was just like other books that I found interesting, like the book Hoop, shout out that person, and then whoever made that, I forget who, but like I enjoyed it. It was a fictional story. I thought it was cool. Like, it was like for you to try and take something away, especially for like Black authors and stuff. It's like it just seems like it was a very direct, targeted, method of how they were going to pick those books. Like, so I don't like how they're just trying to just like
it was
control,
books
like
that
books.
mentioned, I believe they say it was books that mentioned race, slavery, LGBT themes. They tried to justify the Toni Morrison book because they had a girl that got assaulted in the book, I believe, or not
Which one?
like pedophilia theme of like pedophilia in the.
Oh yeah, there was some in her book.
Yeah. So they was like, because it mentioned that we don't need our kids listening about that and stuff like
It's
that.
not because of that.
You know what I hate about that shit? It be the pedophiles making these damn rules. Stupid ass pedophile. Like they be the ones making the damn laws and shit. But that shit be they be pedophiles.
I mean, that's facts, but this is the way that she said it.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
It was just funny how you said it, dog.
But no. If you look throughout the course of history, bro, like history repeats itself, and the fact that like how they try to like, you know what I'm saying, chop niggas down, is they be like burning down the libraries and the books and shit like that, so niggas don't be having access to, you know what I'm saying, like education and shit like that. So I mean, I don't have too much to say on that shit other than, you know what I'm saying, free the books, honestly. For real. Free the books. And to that shit spelled backwards. You know what I'm saying? Freedom books.
They come home before Christmas. We good.
Hey, yeah, that's wild.
They're doing a bid right now.
This is gonna be a wild transition, especially how much the black.
It's
gonna be a wild transition, especially how much the black just throw out the word pedophile. But and controversial news, reality star. I guess she's a star. TLC, Shauna Ray. All right. She's a grown woman. She's 23 years old. She had a brain cancer disease. She had brain cancer as a child, and her treatment. She fought through brain cancer, but her treatment left her with the appearance of a little girl. Right. She looks like about like 7, 8 years old. Right. Dang. So recently, she's in the headlines because she's 23 years old, right? Yeah. But her boyfriend, 26 years old, does not have a similar affliction. He looks like a grown man. He is a grown man, right? And they broke up, and then he said the reason that they broke up, she said he was getting too much flack for dating her, and she didn't want that on him, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this has been very controversial. I personally think he's a creep. What are y'all thoughts, though?
I'm kind of like, that shit's weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, I definitely agree. Like, you should be dating like someone that doesn't look like a child. You know what I'm saying? Because like, there's women that look like women and not children. On the other hand, it's like, for this poor little girl that's not a little girl, you know what I'm saying? Like,
see, you want to say little girl, like,
bro, it's just like, what is she supposed to do? Because she's gonna look like she's 9 to the age of 90 and shit. And it's like at a certain point, like if she's just not supposed to date nobody, I don't know. I don't know what to do. And it's like the nigga, I can't say like he's like a pedophile, because it's like, I mean, she's literally, oh, that scared me for a second.
That's her?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
It's crazy because she doesn't look exactly 9, but she look young as hell. But she also
do look young. She looks like a cool 13.
I say
she looks like a child.
Like she's about 12,
she's 3 feet tall.
Yeah. Oh,
wow.
Yeah. You need to see that picture to get the full idea.
I'm just saying. I got the same space right there earlier.
I don't think I could do that.
All I'm saying is, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough on her. Like, I'm not gonna like say that. I don't know.
It is.
It's just.
I mean,
it's weird. It's weird though. It's all weird.
I don't know.
I think he is weird for that. Yes, but again, what do y'all expect her to do? What do y'all want her to do? Y'all want her to do herself?
The onus isn't on her. The onus isn't on her.
Yeah, but like, what is
she saying? The onus is on her. I get that.
It affects her the same way it affects them.
But y'all are gonna be like, any nigga that talks to her is gonna be looked at as a weirdo.
Like, is she supposed to think like?
Yeah, but so is she gonna have to be by herself because of that? I don't think she's suffering because of that.
Okay, so what is she supposed to do? Date somebody that look around the same age as her?
Exactly.
She
can't date like a
nigga.
Okay, that's a rare affliction.
How many niggas is walking around looking like that?
Hasbullah. Hasbulla is
So she got to date Hasbulla, dog. That's her date.
no Hasbulla lit.
And she looked like she 9. As Bula looked like he's like 4
Yeah, yo,
years
you're
old.
finished.
That
How's Bula lit? Go ahead.
bro,
Like, go ahead.
He's like
yo.
40.
No, he's
but
not.
he
He's
looked
19.
like he looked like he's 4. So
Hold on, who
see,
is Hasbulla?
no matter what, she's gonna get, or somebody who's dealing with her is gonna get some type of fucking.
But why are you dealing with her?
flack.
Like, let's keep it a buck. We all men here. First thing that we look at a woman is what? Appearance. What about that? Get your dick hard.
He's weird.
Don't.
He is weird.
I mean, this nigga got some.
That's real though. But at the same time, it's just like
he is weird. All I'm saying is
you can't call.
you can't have, because she has that affliction. You can't just be like, okay, people, nobody, no guy or nothing could talk to her, because either she's gonna have to talk to somebody that's actually her age that looks older than her, and that's weird, or she's gonna have to talk to somebody who looks like her age, and that's like
Because
that's weird too.
Like, what is she supposed to do,
So what do you
dog?
want her to do?
Nobody can win in this situation.
What do you want her to do?
The only way that this won't look creepy is if it's somebody that's known her whole life. That's the only way that won't be creepy.
But who?
But if you
That's one hell of a caveat.
If you a dude, they said that this dude slid in her DMs.
Ooh.
He's weird. Yes, he's weird.
He's kind of weird.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, see, I thought like maybe
I feel like he had.
But she's a reality show star, so to shoot him just a little bit about, he knew.
Okay, so I'm gonna say he had to have known that she had to be of age. He had to put, because if you just on Instagram and you come across her Instagram and you don't know nothing
but you
about
can't
her,
tell me this isn't pedophilia with just a this is
a
pedophile's dream. You can be a pedophile and not be a pedophile.
If it would have just been like, you showed me the picture and be like, these two are a couple, I would have been like, this ain't right. But the fact that y'all led me this was her situation, this will happen to her. It's like, I mean, does it look weird? Yes, but at the same time, like, for the rest of her life, somebody is gonna get some kind of backlash. Because
so does she just have to like date like?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you go about that? Because I'm not even gonna lie, when I seen the picture, I was like, damn, they look like dad-daughter combo. Like,
it's not even just the fact that she's short, which is like, no, they're not. Maybe. I hope not.
Okay.
Yo, I'm sorry. I just thought about that picture when they was on the boat, right? I'm like, yo, imagine if it was a black dude.
Oh hell no, it's over.
They kill
Like,
him.
yo,
They kill him.
We're gonna go and edit that word out, but we just gonna like pause it. Pause word.
I'll come for his ass.
But anyway, no, because it's just kind of like, it's the fact that she looks young. Like, for one, for me personally, I just always thought that the super tall dude and super short girl combo was just kind of weird anyway. But, that's just me. But it's not the fact that she's like little. It's the fact that she looks like a child. And maybe she might age eventually to look older. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That goes with life. Life isn't fair. Life isn't fair. And so
you're right. But still though, like,
you would have to seriously vet every dude that she with, like, a lot, because gotta have.
She probably knows the game. She probably gets some weird ass like DMs. But like, even
I'm not saying just for her, because I'm sure she'll make concessions just because. I mean, like, we all humans, we all want somebody, right? Yeah. But I'm just saying, just like, you towing the line.
All I'm saying, bro, like, I can understand the point, but like, bro, at the end of the day, she is an adult. She is like 24, 23, whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like people just need to mind their damn business. Like we understand that, like, she's grown, like the nigga's grown. Like, I understand what it can or may look like, but like, bro, like, niggas can't just police like this grown ass, like, she's a grown ass woman. Like, I understand. Like, if he was actually dating a child, okay, yeah, that's fucked up. But like, you can't, like, I'm just saying, like, people need to just like mind their fucking business, because like, it's a literal consensual relationship with two adult people. At the end of the day, now how it looks is crazy, but like,
you look at that nigga weird.
Yeah. Also,
I understand, but like, bro, like, just lead him.
I'm gonna pose a question. Y'all. Y'all know Benjamin Button. He aged fast. He was young, but he aged older, right? 12 years old. let's say the situation was reversed. Let's say that she's 11, right? But he has a disease that makes him look older. You letting your daughter go with a nigga that look old, even though they're the same age?
See, well, that's less consensual because they're kids.
What? No, I'm not letting my kid date an old ass old.
No, he's not an old ass nigga. He's 12. He just looks older.
No,
why?
I'm not.
Why?
Because she's 11 and I don't care what that.
He's 11.
I don't give a fuck what that nigga, that old ass nigga is.
But Black, why aren't you just minding your dead business?
Bro, because like I don't care, dog. Like if you're 30,
this is business though.
Like, bro, like at that's my child. Like you're not dating no grown ass man.
Oh wait, Black, I thought you don't care about your child that much though, man.
Bro, that's
I got so many DMs about that. That Black was funny. It was just like, oh my god, Black crazy. Fuck them kids.
Look, all I'm saying is, bro, like your example is completely different because that's my 11-year-old daughter, dummy. I'm not letting no grown ass man with a mustache.
He's not a grown man.
I don't give a hell. That nigga is dummy, you're not gonna be.
Well, if he got grown man hormones, that's what might make it different.
Bro, like nah.
But Tom,
what do you mean by grown man hormones?
How you gonna
like what if the way he develops, he also gets hormones?
Because she's my daughter.
But how you gonna say no to an 11-year-old daughter dating a grown-looking 11-year-old man? But how you gonna say no to that? But then in the same breath, you said, "Oh, let the 9-year-old looking 23-year-old date the 26-year-old."
Because she's grown. She's grown. That's the difference. She's grown and she can do what she wants. They can do what they want together. My 11-year-old daughter is not dating.
It's just like,
but look though. So let's just say your 11-year-old daughter just has an 11-year-old boyfriend. Then they just.
She's not even dating that fucking 11 anyway. So.
Or maybe 11, 15, 16.
Yeah, he's still not dating no grown ass man looking ass nigga.
I asked you a different question. So if he didn't look grown and they both look like kids, it's cool.
What?
If they both look like kids, it's cool. I'm asking you.
If they both look
cool.
like kids,
It's cool.
yes.
They're
If
both 15 and they both look like kids,
yes.
it's cool. But if the other one has a disease and it makes him look like he's 30, but he's 15, it's not cool.
Not even a little bit.
Nah, I know a couple of niggas that look 30 when they were 15. Like,
fuck that nigga. Go get a job.
Beard, all that shit.
Go get a job. He's not allowed to. Like, he's not allowed to. Like, what?
Hey, no. At 15, you can work.
You get that permit, but
fuck that nigga, dog.
I thought it was 16.
You get a permit.
They got loopholes. All right, man. Well, do y'all want to touch on the 5K flued out girl, or do y'all want to close out?
Man, close out, man. We ain't flying bitches nowhere.
Man, let's talk.
I know some niggas in here to be flying.
I ain't flying out nobody.
No, some niggas that have bought a couple of plane tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Me?
Not me. I ain't got no plane ticket money.
Yeah, but I was the one on the plane, so it doesn't matter.
And B-Roy and Tramel don't count even if they did because that's their girlfriend.
But even then, my girl get free flights. I ain't buying none.
See, nobody is.
Whoa, time out. What? Hey, how she?
Hey, we gonna talk off mic, man. We gonna talk off mic.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
That's probably why she don't fix his plate, man. Hey, Tree, that's probably why she don't fix his plate because she'll buy the ticket. That's probably why she don't fix the plate.
You know, I mean,
that's not a bad trade-off, though.
That's an amazing trade-off.
With great wins, there comes a loss.
Y'all about to,
yeah, man.
You can't
win right there. That was
we're about to close out. We're about to close out. It's been a great podcast, guys. We're not about to talk about that girl who got flued out for money. But I mean, not fly out for money, but just don't fly out with a nigga. If a nigga tries to fly you out, he's gonna want to have sex with you, and don't go nowhere without no money. That's pretty much.
Don't go nowhere without no money. Is actually I think that's the best thing.
I feel like that's way more important.
Like, what are you doing?
Possible.
Yeah, like you're an adult. Like you grown.
Exactly. Like you need to have some money.
You have money in your account. You don't have a card. Like today,
you should always have enough money to get back to your house.
You got
I'm never going out of the country.
Person
that's happened to, like, I feel like if you're getting flown out by any nigga, stranger, or whatever, you at least like, hey, look, if shit fails, I got a backup plan to get my ass back home. Like, the fuck you doing, dumb?
And bro, you shouldn't be flying out with anybody. You shouldn't go on a trip or flying or staying with somebody that you're not comfortable having sex with. Like women, there's no dude on planet Earth that wants to fly you out because you're just that cool. It's just not. It's just not. I don't care what they say. They want to have sex with you.
I don't think
you don't owe them sex, but that's the expectation.
That cool.
You say what?
In a guy's head, if he's flying you out, there's no way he thinks you that cool. Like,
no way, no way, hell.
No.
Like, you think you want to play video games? Eat ice cream?
Like if he thinks you're that cool, why would he just like he can go find a girl on the street to find it? He thinks that's that cool and save a whole lot of money. Like, no, he trying to. Never mind.
I do want to say one thing because somebody mentioned this too. She could have gone out there with intentions or just like in the back of her mind said, you know what, I would let him hit. But a lot of niggas can talk their way out of some ass. So he could have talked his way out of some ass right there. And then
just ever had the mindset, weird shit. If you ever had the mindset that there was a chance that this nigga could be corny enough, which he is corny. I mean,
but you know how corny a nigga is until you know how corny a nigga is.
No, he is. If there was ever a chance, if there was ever even a possibility that he could do something outside of like something criminal to make you not want to have sex with him, you should not have gone there without enough money to get back home. You should not have gone.
I don't think he should have went without enough money.
She corny because she tried to get a free trip and get like some bags and shit because they were saying that he spent $5,000 on her because she was being bougie. She was like, oh, I gotta fly first class or I only eat at this kind of restaurant.
Stuff like that. One way.
He's corny. What?
Why would she even book a one way? Like she can't get back home, so she booked a one-way ticket.
Like, no, he's smart because he
bought her the flight though.
He bought her the flight, so he booked the one-way ticket. So he really like, if you ain't giving me no ass, like, fine.
You're not going back home.
It was like a power play.
It was a power play.
But this is why I say that he corny, right? Because he fucking gave an itemized receipt of everything that he spent on her. Like, bro, if you gonna spend money on a woman, make sure that you got it. Don't let it be enough to where don't spend more money than it hurt. I told y'all last pod, don't chase pussy if your money funny. Like that's
crazy line.
You gotta that's facts though. It's like listen.
Nah, it is, but it's just like
and if you just wanted to have sex with a girl for money, you probably could have spent a lot less than $5,000. Like
you was a child prostitute at this point, like.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. And then
you would save $407.
And then dudes recording the girl that's not giving you ass isn't embarrassing her. It's kind of embarrassing yourself. The only reason why she's embarrassed is because she was there with no money. Right. So that's embarrassing as an adult.
I'm not gonna lie.
You're corny for recording her for not wanting to fuck with you. That means that you're a lame. Like that's corny.
She's kind of like taking an L as a gold digger too. Because like,
she was gold digger ever.
Right, because I'm like, if you were using him for all these other things, I'm pretty sure you're doing it with other people too. So you don't have any kind of sugar daddy. I'm kind of disappointed. But go ahead.
Like, if anything, they should really. I don't know why they didn't hit it off. They both cheap because she ain't had no money and he was pocket watching everything. You know what I'm saying? Like they both corny because they wanted to put that shit on the internet and embarrass themselves. They should have hit it off.
Hey, that's made in hell. Twin flames, aren't they?
I don't know, dog.
Twin flames is crazy.
I think the craziest part about it, like, I think the niggas like just extra corny, bro. Like for like, I don't know. People need to like get out of this. Put everything on social media world. Like nobody want to see that shit. I mean, like you look like a broke fool. Like you just look broke.
I definitely want to see it. It's entertaining.
I'm just saying, like, bro, like you look crazy. Like I don't know what you thought you were going to do, but like it's worse than like what you could have done, which was like I guess if you felt like you weren't getting whatever, just I guess kick her out. But like
you're not the winner in this situation.
No. You can maybe go to a stalemate.
I'm gonna say you can at least drop off at the airport.
Like I don't understand why people had to do that shit, bro. Like stop with the social media shit.
We live in a weird entitled world here. Like he made all money. Said, I better get 5,000 $5,000 worth of ass. And
Yeah,
get that.
like I also feel as if
Ain't
it's
nobody
like,
fucking that good. I'm sorry.
like girls
Yeah,
that be
exactly.
dealing with dudes that be giving them a lot of money or gifts or whatever the case may be. It's like you already know you're treading a line. So it's like for you to agree to go out to a fight. Like I think Austin probably hit it on the money. Like yo, like he was about to get some ass, and then he fucked it up. That's what I really think is what happened. And then she was just like not feeling his vibe with her because they actually met, and she's like,
But,
"Bill's kind of a weirdo."
but think about it though. Like at the same time, it's like she already had the new like she wasn't giving this nigga no ass before the flight was even bought because ain't no possible way this dude just hit this girl up and like
After
They
blowing five
there's been
bands,
some conversations
after
they had
blowing 5 bands,
over a period of time.
they got
Because
girls.
I don't
They
know no
got
dude
girls
that
that'll
just
fuck
find
corny
girls
niggas
out
for
off
just the
first
money alone.
message.
So
Yeah, because they know what
though.
more is on the way.
Like niggas definitely, especially like this nigga that's like you know paying all this money, like calculating. Niggas be weirdos, dog, and that's probably what it got.
And I was thinking, like, what if he did some weird shit? Like, what if he like,
Right.
I don't want to say things like I want this. Shit
Niggas be weird
down.
though. Like,
what if he did some real weird shit?
Like niggas don't be knowing how to talk to women, and like you know, he probably a nigga that don't know how to talk to women too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why we really came like full circle with that.
Like
everything.
Everything
that's why you make the big bucks, man.
Everything he did seemed like he don't know how to talk to women. That's what it kind of felt like. So like,
and niggas with money kind of leverage that to like make them like get those type of women. Like they know that they normally say back in the past weren't that type of guy, but they have money now, so they just use money to like attract people. But again, that they still haven't developed that level of maturity and game to where you could talk and have like an actual genuine conversation. So he probably
he's not used to a girl liking him or disliking him. And so I guess he's probably like, well, I got money now, so you don't like me, so suffer. Stay here in fucking Cleveland or some shit like that. You know?
Getting flown out to Cleveland is crazy in general. I'm not.
But it's like
say shout out to the shadow room.
Don't fly me out the
we're not trying.
That shit was so funny. Man.
On that note, this has been an NIT podcast with my good friends, man. We've had some fun with y'all. A lot of laughs. Y'all got some insight to our lives. Y'all got some stories, man.
Yeah,
we out here, man.
We gonna tap into the stories a little bit more next 5, man.
Look,
I got
subscribe to the OnlyFans for that.
Here. We should have like a college like.
Side down.
Jai is crazy, yo. We're not skipping over that, yo. Subscribe to OnlyFans.
OnlyFans is not just for sex work. OnlyFans is for content. So take that.
99% of it is
which is crazy because it didn't start off like that at all.
Yeah,
it didn't start off that.
Well, like I'm pretty sure like chat roulette didn't start out the way that it became.
What the fuck is chat roulette?
What did Nudie say? hey, what did Nudie say?
Yo, you freak ass niggas, bro.
You ain't never heard of the chat roulette?
No.
It basically became.
All right.
How'd you not hear chat roulette?
I don't want to know about chat roulette. No. That sounds like
it's just a place where you randomly connect with people and like video talk
in the video chat. In
like
the video chat.
Yeah, but it's like randomized. Like it gives you a new person.
It's like
like the little monkey app that was on the phone when you would just like talk to random people or whatever.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, what's that?
Something like that.
All this shit.
Yeah. Like how Russian roulette is, you don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah, it was just meant for people to have like online pen pals, but then it became something like just know that don't go like some freak ass niggas.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
I am too.
Well,
yeah, that's
been
a
good.
crazy place y'all lived in. That was your childhood.
Yeah,
I never went on. I just always knew about it.
That would sound recent to me.
The only person who knew about that is Black and Lando. But I don't know what that means.
I mean,
Nasty boys.
Now it's that. Now you follow social media.
I mean,
what was logged in that job?
It's actually a good place for you for artists be using it. Like they be like,
Nah.
That
was dead. This has been announced that
I'm trying to give you
podcast.
some game, but you
This
don't
has
gotta
been
take
announced
it.
that
Like,
podcast.
I never
I want that game,
Sir
dog.
Coleon.
Hey, the type of games I want.
We out.
bro.
Sir
I've
Coleon
been
and the
rapping for-
Nasty Boys. We out,
I've
man.
been rapping for almost 3 years, and you ain't never bring up chat roulette once. You can't be
Never.
game. There's no way it can be game.
Y'all niggas nasty, bro.
What makes you think we logged in? Like I never
All
logged
right,
into that
peace.
shit.